time. T-shirt time. All right. Little background. Back Christmas Eve, Uncle Tone mentioned that he was not going to be here. He kind of said, "You got to step up, Ben. You got to be the guy. You got to do the T-shirts this year."
Okay.
And on the first day, I was very excited. I'm like, "This is going to be good. Lots of things I can do." Then about 4 months later, I was terrified. I had nothing. I had a few thoughts. I had a couple of names, nothing that I loved. So what am I going to do?
Does the word procrastination come in?
No, procrastination's not true. No talking in the peanut gallery.
He was a little busy.
I was a little busy, and
Uncle Lance, I just got smacked down.
I had a lot of thoughts in my head, but I didn't know where I was going to go. So, then one day, during my 2.5-hour commute to Brooklyn, I had a thought. I was thinking a little bit about, this. I was thinking a little about the Jersey. Don't worry, this isn't a rehash of Jersey Shore. Don't worry about that. But I was thinking about this, and I was thinking about what I liked about this. Okay, and then there was one name that I did have already in my head, and I thought about that name, and I thought there's a connection here. It's building something, and I came up with a theme. All right, and then in the last half hour of my drive, I went from one name to 10 names. And then by the end of the day, I had almost everybody. It went that fast. Okay? Uncle Tone kind of stumbled on this theme. I mean, we all remember Fred and Ethel and Ricky and Lucy. Okay? Who remembers from 3 years ago, Mr. Belvedere? All right? So, Claire Dunphy. Last year we had Claire Dunphy. Starting to get an idea. This year, we have a theme. The theme is, all of you are basically starring in your own TV show. All right? All of the names on your shirts are word for word from a TV show.
Cool.
Okay? Oh, I see some wheels spinning out there. All right, few little, just, are all word for word from a TV show. Forget about the content of the show. It's not important. Okay? If you hated a show, well, we'll get to that. If you hated a show, or your name is a show that you just couldn't stand, it was dumb, whatever, don't worry about it. It's all about the name, how it's relevant to the person. Okay? For example, I could have named Dad Married with Children. Okay? Because that would have been relevant to him. Doesn't mean I think he's Al Bundy, or think Mom is Peg Bundy, or one big dysfunctional family. Okay? So take that out. That's not important. These are all past, present, and past shows. Okay? And I can't guarantee that everyone here has heard of all these shows, but doesn't matter. Okay? Another example. One name that quickly came to my head that I got rid of fast for Scott was T.J. Hooker. Now, who remembers T.J. Hooker? All this whole front row here has no idea what I'm talking about. If I named T.J. Hooker, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. Okay? It's actually a cop show. So, all right. So don't worry about that. Not important because it's not relevant. All right. Remember, these are all in fun. Don't take offense. This is all in fun. I really did my best to make sure no one got offended. So
we got all soft tomatoes ready.
All right. And one last thing is, I'm doing these in no particular order other than the way in which I want to do them. So, all right. For our first TV show, our first winner, our first award goes to someone who can't be here tonight. She's hopefully home resting because she's been through a lot the last few weeks. This goes to Jackie for her new show, Up All Night. Now, this is the TV edition of the Virginia Reader 2012. It's a little safer than that old one. Now, I did something a little different this year. Okay? And I said that the content of the show wasn't relevant. But I did play around with some things, thinking back to the Jersey Shore photo. So, if you think about it, I did kind of go with the cast photos a little bit and kind of made you all look like you were in the cast. Go to the next one. This is for Jack.
That is cute.
All right, our next show is someone who also couldn't be here. Hopefully she's home resting because she's probably keeping up her mother up all night. This is for Juliana. And since she's brand new, she's the newcomer for us, she is new girl.
I love it.
Sorry, that's a little creepy, I know. What are you going to do? And since we have a newcomer female, we also have a newcomer male. Little boy Stevie over here. Now, one thing I've noticed is he really doesn't seem like the normal newborn. The kid don't sit still. The kid loves to be observing, he loves to look around, see what's going on, be held. You take him to a new place, he doesn't cry, he soaks it all in. That's because his new show, Boy Meets World.
He's Corey. Whoa,
Pete.
Oh, I forgot one thing. One new wrinkle I'm also adding. Just to make things more interesting. We all have names that we like every year. So this will go as voted on by us for the best name for this year. We'll vote on that later on.
I will beat you guys.
Yo, I could have won that a couple of years ago.
Yes, you could. You know what? I wasn't in charge. Uncle Tone was, so. All right, speaking of Uncle Tone, since he also can't be here, I can say whatever I want about him. If you think about Uncle Tone, he's had the most dramatic life change in the last 5 years. I mean, he was a single guy, living up in the Upper East Side, lots of money, apartment, great job, did whatever he wanted, lots of happy hours, this and that. Flash forward 5 years, now he's got a house, he's married, he's got a kid, he's got no money anymore. He's doing what he's got to do because he is the family guy.
That's awesome.
Oh my God! I can't.
Now we'll go on to more of the people who are here.
I gotta stand up.
This next show, brand new show, is for someone who was actually the first name that came to me. I already had Jackie's name. She kind of inspired the theme. That was the one name that I did have. But when I came up with the theme, this next name was the first one that came to me within a matter of about 30 seconds. Okay? This guy, Big Marky, he's done a lot. He's got several different jobs he's had. He's been all over the place. He's moved a few times. He's had surgeries and broken bones, but he's always kept going.
Your bum foot
This is
there?
the man who will always be there whenever you need him. He'll always be kicking. I guarantee you could drop him in the middle of a desert and somehow, with even no skills, he will somehow manage to get home. Marky, your new show, Survivor Man. To work.
That's not him.
And then I'll take it back.
That's you, Big Mark. All right, our next new TV show goes to a newcomer to this house. Actually, Uncle Bob was here a few years ago, but didn't stay in the house. So, welcome. Glad to have you here. As you know, Uncle Bob moved to Florida many, many moons ago. I think he's tried a few different things down there. But he's pretty much become a steady, you need a ride, he'd get you to the airport. You need to get somewhere, this is the man you call, okay? He's so reliable that his new TV show is Taxi. By the way, that's your head on Danny DeVito's body.
Hold it up.
She get some photos.
That is so cute.
All right, next show. Lauren. Maybe, okay. Lauren, glad to have you here. I know it was a little close. We weren't sure if you were going to make it. You got a new job, you're just starting up. And you've realized in the last year that life on the outside is a lot different. Okay? A year ago, you didn't worry so much about I'm not gonna put gas in my car. But do I really gotta pay the rent? Who's seen the parking ticket photos on Facebook? All right? But the other irony, the other great thing about this is that here, art imitates life. Because not only is this from a reality show, she also works on a reality show. Lauren, welcome to the real world.
The real.
We're going
All right.
here.
I get to kind of take an easy way out on this one. Alright? I was wrestling with the theme, and I wasn't sure if it was how well it was going to go. So I did bounce a few things off of my lovely wife over here. So I did whip out and I allowed her the opportunity to approve her own name. This name, I don't know if you say wuss, someone else may say smart.
Yes, there you go.
Am I wrong?
One man's wuss is another man's smart.
Thank you. This name came to us when we were laying there with the boy with us, talking about money, talking about what we got to do with the house. We realized we're smack dab in a TV show that was very popular in the 80s. And since she's in her 30s now, sorry dear, the new show is 30-something. All right, our next show. Actually, I want to thank you, Scott. You came up, I had this idea in mind before this event, but you confirmed this name for me. Realized it was perfect. Back in May, when we were at our bar, I had my barbecue, Scott and I were having a conversation, and I was telling him how tired I was because of all the things I had to do the day before to get ready. I had to set out the patio furniture, sweep out the driveway, and I had to bring the tables up from the basement. Scott gave me a little chuckle, and he's like, yeah, I know what you mean. Except my day before list is usually redo the patio, build in a new sprinkler system, plant a dozen flowers and 30 shrubs, and jack up one side of the house. So then I laughed, and I you got me beat, but then I realized this name is perfect. Scott, for you, your new show, Home Improvement. And that's you.
I know.
All right, where's Pete?
She's taking pictures.
That's the camera.
Pete, it's amazing. Looking back at old Virginia Beach photos, you started out here. Now you're up to here. You're really growing fast, man. It's pretty crazy. I think back, voice is getting deeper. I see him on Facebook now, some great one-liners. He's really growing. You're really doing great. But you're not there yet. You're getting there, but you're not quite there yet. Okay?
That's not right.
Listen, in a few years, we can redo this name, and you'll be in a different role. Because this is our first official ever group name. You're a part of a group with your cousin Kevin and your brother Dan. Your new show, 2.5 Men.
Steven feels left out. Oh gosh.
Like I said, kids, in a few years we can redo this, and you can be one of the men, and we can have Stevie as the half.
Kevin, why are you Charlie Sheen?
That's not Charlie. That's not Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
That's the point. I don't know. There's a difference. All right, next show.
Take the pictures.
Rachel. I gotta admit, Rachel, I don't know you all that well. All right? I had a couple things in mind, but one thing I have learned about you was that you're quite the aficionado of Atlantic City. You like to hit the tables. I don't even know what you play. But you always seem very excited on Facebook when you're heading down Atlantic City. And I don't know what you have in store or what you're gonna build, but maybe you can build your own boardwalk empire.
Is that on now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's HBO.
HBO, yes.
All right, this next show you may have missed. It was on a couple of years ago for only a few episodes. You probably saw they advertised a ton out of it on CBS, but it wasn't on for very long. Okay? But it's perfect for Uncle Ange. Uncle Ange, this role suits you perfectly. For one, you never know what he's going to say next. You know what he said before, you're still laughing from it, but you don't know what's coming up next. And since I couldn't resist the dad reference, your new show, Shit My Dad Says.
Oh my gosh.
Anybody remember this show?
Yes. I guess that's where
That's,
all that YouTube stuff came from.
What's his name? TJ Hooker. It's Chapman.
Oh yeah, that's good.
The bottom of space.
All right, next show. Kimmy, I had something in mind for you, but I've learned in the last few months that it's really not you anymore. A few years ago, you would have been this great show. In fact, my first thought was to call you Lost. But I moved away from that because you're not lost anymore. Okay? You come out with some great one-liners. You still have me laughing from the skip the country line. And I realized you're quite the aficionado. You're quite the fashion person now. You're into fashion. You're into design. You're into all sorts. You're a fashionista. You're into all sorts of different. I've seen some of the great artwork you've done. So this is your new show, Project Runway. And I actually think that's the best photo we have. All right, our next show goes to somebody who also has his own great one-liners. Okay? He's very dry, but he still makes you laugh. Okay? The only thing is, sometimes those one-liners should never leave the confines of this room. Okay? And you got some great ones. They're not always something you'd have on regular TV. Okay? This is actually from, I think it was an old HBO show. So for your new show, because of the things you say, and how incorrect they may be sometimes, depending on your point of view, your new show is politically incorrect.
I think Ed's got wider shoulders than that.
I don't know, it looks like he had a giant head there.
You got me in a chick's body.
Our next program, now let's speed this up. Our next program goes to Kristen. Kristen, I know you're going to school, you have all sorts of different aspirations, but you should really think about comedy writing, because I've seen some of your Facebook posts. Some of the things you've written, some of the pictures you're up there, like the one, looks like Pete's got little people standing on his head from that one photo. All right, you got some great stuff, and I don't follow you on Twitter, but I hear you got some great stuff on Twitter. And the amazing thing is, these seem to happen at all hours of the night. It could be midnight, it could be 2 in the morning, it could be 5 in the morning. Okay, all sorts of good stuff, but you never know when time of night's coming. So for you, your new show is the Late Late Show.
Christopher!
All right, I know. Our next show.
Guess he didn't like his shirt, huh?
Our next show, probably not. Our next show goes to somebody who is about to leave the state, head away to school. She don't know, but I get the impression that there was never any intention of staying nearby home. She shakes her head vigorously to keep that the case. Despite what your mother would want, you couldn't wait to go away.
More so your father.
And it's amazing because you seem to do a lot of things together. Okay, despite the fact that your mother really was interested in what you're doing, maybe she's got her hands in it a little too much. So you're happy to get away. You're happy to get away. And this is another brand new show. It's on TNT now, and it's completely unrelated to this, but I think this is perfect for you. Since you're about to go away to school, and get away from Queen Nancy. Negative Nancy. Your new show is The Great Escape. All right, our next show is walking up the steps.
Mommy.
Susie, you got 5 kids, and you got all sorts of things going on in your house. You never could get her because she was, years ago, you never get her because she was going around to wherever. Hit the down arrow. You never knew where she was going. You never get a hold of her. It's because there was always too much going on. Susie, your new show, Full House.
Oh my God.
All right. Our next show, Uncle Joe. Glad you make it here. Glad to see you here. Great being here. I know you had a rough week. You had a lot of stuff going on. And because I know what you do, and like every other finance guy that I know, it's all about the numbers. So your new show is numbers.
Thank you. Very good.
All right. Our next new show is, if they were handing out an award, this would be the most ironically appropriate name. Okay. It would be ironic because we've all seen the casts, the splints, the finger splints, the boots, medication. We've seen it all. So that's where it would be ironic. But it is appropriate because you've had, what, 2 accidents in the last few months?
I knew it.
If there was a show called Crash Test Dummies, you would have won that one first hand. But not only you're here to tell us the story, you've made it through both of those accidents, okay?
Thank God.
Because I really think that you're the bionic woman.
Yeah, look at your picture. Look at your picture, man. Oh,
All right, this next show is for somebody who knows when to say yes and when to say no, mostly just to say yes, who, to the point where he makes sure that his wife approves of her t-shirt name before he presents it. So for me, my new show, I learned to just say, yes, dear.
You learned that a lot faster than I did.
Haven't learned it yet.
All right, this next new show is our next group name. Okay? This one goes to the 4 ladies in the room who are kind and generous, always been there for us when we need them, for whatever we're doing, for these great events that we always had, for years and years, and all the great Thanksgivings, Aunt Betty's house, and all the great Christmases. So, if there was an award for this, it would be, I hope they don't kill me for this one. It's your new show. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I hope I'm not written out of the Wilma.
Thanks for being here, girlfriend.
That's yours.
That's not right.
And mine has a captain.
Yeah, that's us, that's us.
Thanks for being my friend.
3 in 1 shot.
Let's think that's for you, Lucille.
Did I get enough?
And that one's for Richie.
Thank you.
Thank
Nice.
you.
All right.
You want to take one picture of all of us? Or
Yeah,
separate?
absolutely.
Gotta get now.
Gotcha.
You guys got a picture.
Yeah, stand next. Come on over there.
You know, the little Loma.
Look
Here
at
we
Maud.
go.
Look at Maud. Still and
Get it?
it's in
No
flash. I'm Rose. Bring him up. No, you're the tramp.
Oh, I'm the.
Wait a
Wait,
minute.
do that again.
It's Fran.
And she? You're the
I promise you it was all done randomly.
Sorry.
They were randomly placed into the faces.
Ooh, nice and rolls. Yeah, thanks. Put a little vodka in it.
All right, we're getting close. We're getting close. Our next new show comes to somebody who is also a brand new person here in Virginia. Stand up and... I'm kidding. Sit down. But Finn, I don't know how long the two of you have been together. Where is... Oh, there. I don't know how long the two of you have been together, but I think today or yesterday was the first real conversation we had, and it lasted like 2 sentences. That's nothing against you, but this is really my first opportunity to tell you. You're hanging out here with us, which means something, but you got to remember, there's certain things you got to keep in mind.
Jay's getting nervous.
This is our little Jay here, okay? And this comes from me, it comes from Uncle Mark and Uncle Tone, and most definitely her father.
Oh, Finn.
Show. 8 simple rules for me. One day I'll give you all those rules.
That is too funny. I like that.
That's awesome.
Pete, you got film on that camera? All right. We're down to our last 2. And anybody here a Letterman fan?
No.
All right. Well, if you're not, it always seems when Letterman does his top 10, the second one, the second to last one, always seems to be the best. So this is going to be our best. This goes to somebody who's brooding over the fact that someone's about to make the great escape. Okay? Dear Michelle, we love you. Okay? But you got to learn to, you got to be ready. You got to adjust. It's going to happen. Kevin, your son, already went off. You should be ready. Now, your daughter's ready to go. You got to be ready because your new show,
Empty nest.
Empty Nest. That's actually Richard Mulligan that you're Now, before we go on to our final one, I did want to say one thing. Michelle, I have to admit, I always had that name in mind for you, basically from that drive to work. But, in a little twist, you barely avoided having our first ever honorary second name. Okay?
You just couldn't decide?
No. And there's a good reason for that. Because up until, ready on the button, up until I learned that Uncle Joe and Aunt Betty were coming, you were my 4th Golden Girl. I couldn't resist. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. All right. And lastly, for the man who brings us all here together, this is a fabulous house. We thank you that we're here. But I want to say, let's take a little look at the old man's life since we were here 1 year ago. Since we were last here, the man sold his house. Okay, moved into an apartment. Right? No more worried about the lawn, no more about upgrades and repairs. You got all that behind you. Now you just say, my door doesn't work, and someone comes and fixes it for nothing. It makes you a happy man. It does. What else happened? Well, he retired. He retired. No more does he have to get up and worry about the breakfast meetings and the shirt and tie. Now he has breakfast whenever he wants. That makes you a happy man.
It does.
And he went down to Florida. Spent 3 months down in Florida visiting all his relatives, people he hasn't seen in so long. That made you a happy man. And now you spend your days visiting all your family in New York, whenever you want, because you can. That makes you a happy man. And since the content of this show is appropriate to you, because you talk about how those days were so much different, and they were so much easier, your new show is Happy Days.
Give us an A.
Hey, and I'm a captain. Hey. That's it. Somebody should have a best name and be on this.
Nice job, Vincent.
Very nice. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job.
Gonna put the world away for a minute, pretend I don't live in it. Sunshine gonna wash my blues away. Had sweet love, but I lost it. She got too close, so I fought it. Now I'm lost in the world, trying to find me a better way. Wishing I was knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze and it don't seem fair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise.
Wrote a note, said be back in a minute. Bought a boat and I sailed off in it. Don't think anybody's gonna miss me anyway. Mind on a permanent vacation. The ocean is my only medication. Wishing my condition ain't ever gonna go away.
Cause now I'm knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. This champagne shore washing over me.
It's a sweet, sweet life, living by the salty sea.
One day you could be as lost as me.
Change your geography, maybe you might be.
Knee deep in the water somewhere. Got the blue sky breeze blowing wind through my hair. Only worry in the world is the tide gonna reach my chair. Sunrise, there's a fire in the sky. Never been so happy, never felt so high. And I think I might have found me my own kind of paradise. Come on in, the water's nice. Find yourself a little slice. Grab a backpack and lunch. You never know until you try. When you lose yourself,
You find the key to paradise.
On the edge of tears, you cry alone. But he must be special. You keep running back just to